Kia, for the love of St. Francis, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Mary Louise Parker. Oh, guys, I don't know about you, but I gotta tell you, my weekend was a little crazy.
Why? What happened?
Yeah, tell
I
us.
should have sent Luke the photos, but I did not. Um, I had a babysitter for the day on Saturday.
Ooh, Daddy got to play.
I did. My aunt and I went and had day cocktails.
Oh,
Um, did a bunch of stuff, and then we went back to her house, and we were like two high schoolers blaring music on her speaker, and it was warm enough so the windows and doors were open, and it was like obnoxious and as loud as it could go. And we were dancing around, and she had these like Gatro pants. I was like, "Bitch, the only way I can wear them is on my head." So I've got her pants like on my head like hair, and I'm whipping it back and forth, and she's behind me with both arms. It was like the two of us were out of control, and it was Big Cock's birthday. Happy birthday, Big Cock! So
Who
I
is his
sent
name?
Who,
I
who is
I
Big Cock?
Brian
All
and
right. Happy
um
birthday, Brian.
yes, but we call him Big Cock. I even sent his Christmas cards like when he was living with his mama. I'd be like to Brian parentheses BC, aka Big Cock Shutter, to his mama's house. I ain't
Oh
care.
my god.
That's what we call him, honey. That's what he was gonna be called.
Well, look,
Um,
I need to interrupt you because we actually have a guest today, Jeffrey, before we start talking filth,
well,
who's
I didn't know
coming
they were
to.
here.
Well, actually, this is an intervention for you. It's a diabetic educator.
Let me just drink my
Actually,
wine.
on that note,
it's for
I'll quickly
me.
just play this little blurb because this is also part of the intervention for Jeffrey.
Hi everyone, it's JJ Lee, and you need to check out Uncensored Radio. I did, and Jeff, honey, them shoulders do not match them hips.
Well, honey,
Sorry,
somebody
Jeff.
that was
She
on
said it.
Drag Race, you know what, baby? My hips are maybe a little bit smaller or bigger than my shoulders right now, baby. But you know what? I can afford lighting.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
okay,
Well,
okay.
on that note, hello, Veronica. How are you?
Hello, how are you guys?
We're doing great.
Hello.
So
Hello.
we obviously, so Veronica, just introduce yourself. I'll pop you up on the screen. You can just run us down and what you do.
Thanks, Luke. So I'm Veronica Mills. I'm Director of Diabetes on Track. I'm a credentialed diabetes educator, post-grad and undergrad nurse. So I can handle a fair bit of gore. Hit me.
Well, look, I think we should probably just get like our viewers up to speed because like there's another nurse here as well. Katelyn's a nurse as well, so we know there's two types of diabetes, and type 2 being the most prominent. But can you like just give a little bit of information about that for those who are watching?
Yeah, so approximately 10% of all adults are affected with some glucose intolerance or deranged glucose level being, usually hyperglycemia. Interestingly, those stats are rising, and what we know that for our population of diabetes, approximately 85% have got type 2, as you said, Luke.
Mm.
So type 2 being the metabolic disorder where you've got a level of insulin resistance. So you're making insulin, but when you eat food, that glucose is not getting stored properly because your cellular DNA structures cause a block to your availability of insulin. And insulin, of course, is that great hormone that allows the passage of glucose from the cell, which is circulating in your blood, through to the inner cell so it can be stored and used as energy. And of course, type 1, which is the less prevalent form, is usually thought of as childhood diabetes and diagnosed commonly between 5 and 14, but also in young adolescents and also in adulthood, not so commonly that way. And it's an autoimmune disorder where you have a virus and you get your second virus, and unfortunately on the second, your body has the antibodies, then accidentally knocks off the beta cells. So then you become completely deficient of insulin.
Mm-hmm. So would you say like so type 2 is more or less it's usually caused by lifestyle, you know, people who sit
Bah
and drink
humbug.
wine.
No. I would
No.
not accept that
No.
definition at all. It's not caused by lifestyle. You have a predisposition for insulin resistance,
So it has to
and
be a genetic thing
depending on
first.
what you do and live, it can push you over the edge. But you know, I've got guys with a little bit of a tummy like you, Luke, who have got
Oh,
type 2 diabetes. So
she's reading me. Look, my shoulders don't match my hips either.
yeah.
Jesus, I thought, look, this was
Look,
planned as an intervention for Jeffrey. It ain't going my way.
Listen,
But, you know,
none of the
what
fat people
I'm
in my
trying to
family
say is that,
had the sugar.
yeah, even guys as buff as you get type 2 diabetes. So it's not necessarily to do with lifestyle, and it's more to do with that predisposition of the insulin resistance. So if you got type 2 in your family, or you were a big baby at birth, they're the main indicators that we're looking for. And we're looking for thirst and extra peeing in the loo overnight, and maybe some thrush, and definitely tiredness. So if you got any of that stuff, then that's what you need to
Oh,
check.
that's all me. I need to get my HbA1c checked. So look,
As you say, yeah, simple blood test and you're checked, done.
Yeah.
so how is it like obviously Australia we have Medicare and things like that. So over in the States, guys, I was meant to run some banners too. Is there a lot of support for people with diabetes over there? Like, do you know any diabetic?
I'm actually
Insulin.
diabetic.
Say
You are
insulin is
diabetic.
crazy expensive.
I was actually diagnosed about 4 months ago, so I've been battling it.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! So you're new.
Yeah.
So normally here, when you're newly diagnosed, like you get pretty covered quickly. Like you'll see somebody like Veronica, who'll make a plan with you. You'll see a dietitian. You'll.
It has not been that easy for me. I've been having a lot of issues because it's just hard to get appointments right now with COVID.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to have an appointment with a dietitian and things like that, and it just didn't work out. So my first 2 months was not very good for me. It was actually kind of horrible. Like I was very, very sick most of the time. But
what tipped you off, Angel, to actually get it checked?
Well, I've had issues for like 10 years, but I just never went in to get checked. I'm like, oh, I get a little shaky, I'll eat something, I'll be okay. But I actually had a rash for a year, and honestly, I legit thought I got ringworm from a student, and I was treating it like it was a fungal infection, but it actually got worse, and it started growing up my neck and on my chest. And my doctor looked at it and she's like, I think it's a diabetic rash. And, I was getting sweating all the time. I was constantly dizzy, shaking. I had headaches. Like I just felt like crap.
Yeah.
Like 24 hours a day.
Veronica, that's usually what brings people to you though, is like they've actually had the symptoms. Like they're coming to you, after things have gotten pretty, like they've gotten sick before they're aware that this is actually going on. We've lost Jeffrey somehow. I don't know.
Most of the time I get referred from the doctor.
Yeah.
Jeffrey's had enough of all this good information now. He's done.
He's muted himself with it.
Yeah, so most of the time the doctor will refer, but I do a lot of
What were you saying, Jeff, then? We couldn't hear you.
I was just saying, no. I was trying to figure out the sound issue because I keep hearing
I think it's Veronica's got some feedback because it's the first time
it sounds like Stranger Things are going to eat us.
I know, like the Langoliers are coming.
Yeah.
But it's like, so yeah, Veronica. No, I think it's just your feedback because you can hear, like, it's us coming back through your phone. But no, thanks so much for coming on and giving us a little rundown. Where can people find your service if they're in Australia, especially I know the Central Queensland?
Jeff.
So
Okay,
yeah,
wait.
I'm got a website, so you can Google me. I'm www.diabetesontrack.com.au. Now
Okay.
I'm not limited to Australia. Angel, if you wanted a hand to go through some stuff, you could certainly email me. I've got a book now appointment on my website, so we can do an online appointment. We can do
Awesome.
whatever you need.
That's
Awesome.
actually
Thank you so
amazing
much.
and handy.
I'm in Australia. We're all human, so the advice is the same. And
Right.
certainly it's pretty good to put someone help.
Well, actually, that'd be a great way too, like, you know, to work around all the COVID stuff because, you know, everything's so limited right now, but you can still access, you know, advice and education just by doing
Right.
something like this, you know,
Yeah.
just talking and receiving that like guidance. So yeah, it's a great idea. I've popped your website up there.
It's pretty easy to make a few changes.
Yeah, I think. Oh, that sounds terrible. But thank you so much for joining us, Veronica.
I think I'm losing a bit of signal.
Yeah, I think so. But thank you so much. Like, it was really great information. And yeah, like, everybody check out her site. And as she said, she's happy to do, like, you know, services for anybody anywhere in the world. If you need that support, just like via online.
Awesome. Definitely.
No worries. Thanks so much. Okay, so guys, now, well, that was interesting.
It
And
was.
Angel, so thanks for revealing that too. Like, you know, it's, you know,
I mean,
putting
I've been
ourselves-
battling it for a really long time, and my husband, you know, finally had enough of me being in denial. For the past like 3 years, it's gotten really bad, but this year I was just having so many issues, and you know, I was just like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but it runs in my family. My mom is number 11 of 12, and I believe 10 of them had diabetes.
Yeah.
Both sets of my grandparents had it, so I think I was just predestined to
Yeah.
deal with
And
the
look,
issue.
and guys, to get checked out, like, all it is a blood test.
Yeah.
And a clinic I worked in actually had the facilities that it was just a finger prick that you would
Oh.
actually do. So a HbA1c is like the sugar that's bound to your red blood cells. So it's like more of a
Oh.
3-monthly window rather than
Right.
just the instant sugar test that, you know, that everyone's familiar with. So
Right.
we could actually do that with just a finger prick as well. I
Oh,
remember
wow.
I was so scared. I wanted to get checked because I was getting dry mouth and stuff. And I'm needle phobic. I know I'm a nurse and
Oh
I'm needle phobic.
no.
And so this young doctor, she just came up to me like while it was busy during the day and like stabbed me in the finger with a prick. And she's like, bitch, I had to. She's like, otherwise I would just be listening to it all week about how you need to be checked, how you need to be checked.
Yeah.
She's like, I just did it. I'm like, okay, it was in my best interest. And I was negative then. Probably
Good.
something that people should monitor though as we get
Right.
older as
Right.
well.
There
I-
are a lot
I
of different things
definitely-
that can happen.
Right. I definitely have a hard time monitoring myself. I'm not good with it. I don't like pricking myself constantly. So my husband will sometimes walk up and do it real fast and get me off guard. I'm
Well,
like,
they
"You
have
bitch."
those. They have like all this like new technology,
Yeah.
if you want to call it that, to help you
Yeah.
monitor without pricking yourself so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
I've been
do.
looking
The problem
into
is
it.
that a lot of those monitors, unless you're insulin dependent or on a pump, your insurance doesn't cover.
They
They're
won't
very
cover it.
expensive. So,
Yeah.
Angel, you know, I was borderline diabetic before I had my gastric bypass. So I was where you are now, trying to figure
Right.
everything out. So I'm more than willing, if you want to reach out, we can
Awesome.
talk about
Yes.
it. And I still do
Thank you.
virtual visits with the nutritionist that I worked with my gastric bypass.
That's
So,
awesome.
you know,
My doctor
maybe
just told me
sometime
to
we
look
could
it up
dive in
online.
together. Yeah.
You need a new
No.
doctor.
You're on your own, bitch.
Yeah. No, my doctor literally was like, "Do you want me to mail you some info on this, or
Are you
can just
kidding me?
Is this the
online?" I was like,
registered doctor?
"Lady, I'm dying. Like, I need."
You
Yeah, she told me to
endocrinologist.
look it up online, or Yeah, I was like, but I'm dying. I'm like, something's wrong with me. She's like, well, yeah, you got diabetes. I'm like, well, help me. I'm like, what do I do? She's like, oh, I'm gonna give you some meds. So I am on metformin. So I take metformin twice a day, but
Yep.
I'm still it's still it's still a struggle. I have really, really hard days where it takes every ounce of my energy to get out of bed. So, it is what it is. I'll get there eventually.
Girl, you know what? When I was young, one of my good friends died from, she was a brittle diabetic. I had to take care of a brittle diabetic. And then the crazy cat lady, our good friend Esther, she was not maybe like 2 months before you got diagnosed. And I couldn't figure out why, on the holidays last year, she was getting liquored up, honey, and I couldn't understand what was going on with her. She was so trashed. I had to like drag her drunk ass home, and she was falling all over and laughing. And I'm like, this ain't like her. She doesn't get trashed. Something's not right here. And then she passed out in the morning. She managed to walk her ass over to Shannon's across the way and be like, bitch, something's not right here. She also happened to have a what's that thing called? A hernia, and it was protruding. So there was a ball hanging out of her stomach. But the thing is, what they found out though was it wasn't that made her pass out, it was her sugar.
Yes.
So she was pissed. She was going to ER because she woke up and had like, an alien coming out of her stomach. And come to find out. Yeah, right. It really was so. And then come to find out it was sugar. And that was, and she was losing. Yeah, she was losing her mind because she was a drinker. She liked her beverages, and so she's got a broke jaw too, which makes things a little more complicated.
What is going on with homegirl?
What's funnier?
The same crazy cat lady that I'm thinking of.
Yes, and she gets so mad
in the other
she's
half
like,
of the house where my brother lived.
No.
How many crazy cat ladies do you guys know?
There's a few. No.
Gonna say
no, she's up
in
right
the water.
corner of Bellevue. But the thing is,
that's the same one.
Oh man. Oh yeah, that brother. Yeah. I was thinking about the other one. I forget you're related to that other dude.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to too.
You should. I had to defriend him. I couldn't do it no more. I'm still friends with his wife though. But
well, there's no accounting for taste, darling.
She was so what's funnier than a dyke with a broke jaw? Nothing. Like how? Like she can't lick a lot of puss. Nothing. Like she's done.
Oh my god.
Like it's horrible for her. Like at least if you're a gay dude, you have options.
Drink.
Right. So I'm like, girl. Well, what you could do is, it's what did it? I don't know what it was. It was like, but just have a Snickers and drink a Jack Daniels. You'll be fine.
No, but she wouldn't be doing it anyway. She's got really bad sugar. Her mouth would have been all dry.
Right, but the thing is she couldn't eat the She couldn't eat the Snickers anyways, bitch. She got a broke jaw. She can't fuck with caramel and peanuts. So she wasn't mad at me because I was telling her to have a Snickers to bring her sugar up from drinking. She was pissed because she got a broke jaw and she can't eat the fucking Snickers. Right. So she's just pissed. She's angry. Now she's an angry cat lady.
Is she okay though?
Excuse me. That title is taken. Thank you very much.
Well,
angry
now
cat lady?
she's
very angry cat lady.
She found some shots that seemed to work well for her, but and two, she never ate regularly because of the jaw. Now she has to eat regularly, and that pisses her off. But I think she's finally started to drink.
It's a lot of chewing.
So what I'm understanding is she's angry because she's diabetic, and she's probably angry because she's hungry.
Dude, right. I'm telling you, like she put her jaw out one day eating a banana. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Like we're just on the front porch. It's me, Joe, her friend at the time, and the neighbors. We're having cocktails. It's like 7:00. We didn't have no kids. And this bitch, all of a sudden, she's chewing a banana, and then she flops from standing down on the floor. She's grabbing her jaw. We're all like, what the fuck is going on here?
Wow.
But it happened all the time.
She is quite a character.
Yeah, she really is. She's a good time.
She is.
You should bring her on because we need to make sure. We need to check in with her.
I want to meet. I have to be angry cat lady.
Here's the deal.
I'm right here.
Jeffrey's not here, and I'm not going there.
Oh, come on.
Here's the crazy thing is, so the crazy cat lady knows a crazier cat lady that lives like around the corner, and she's 90. And we're supposed to do a story on this, and it hasn't happened yet. She's 90. Her daughter died, and her daughter had about 30 cats between outside, inside, 15 of which are in cages.
Oh, she was
Now,
not okay.
it's clean, right? And the mother is now stuck with them at 90. And after her daughter died, her dementia's like really kicked up. She's, not really with the program. Sonia has called Adult Protective Services and sent me the text, and the lady was like, I don't know what to tell you. I've called everywhere from here to Rochester. I can't find anybody to take these cats. Well, at what point is it a health risk for this 90-year-old woman who doesn't know her own name, that now she's got to try to feed 30 cats a day?
Can someone please go there with a camera so we can see footage of this?
That just feels exploitive at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
well, no, because here's the thing. The 90-year-old is begging for help and nobody will help her.
Nobody's helping her.
So how do you get the story out to really put pressure on the county?
Well, that's different then.
You know what I mean? It's not to like, it has nothing to do with this poor 90-year-old woman.
Right.
Like, she's in a horrible situation. Like, she shouldn't, she doesn't want these animals. She didn't, they're not hers.
For her.
All of that responsibility when she can't even care for herself.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just not, it's not fair to her. And where is the county stepping into this situation and doing something about it?
Well,
girl, they ain't. There's just a whole lot of pussy running around Auburn free.
We just need to get some farmers up in here to get some barn cats. Come on.
I know.
30 good barn cats. Come on, guys.
We definitely should work on it and try and get her some help, because it's not healthy to live like that. I mean, I can't imagine what inside of her house is like if she can't even take care of herself. Like, ugh.
And she can get really sick from it too. If you've got cats everywhere and they're pissing and whatever through the house, like you're asking for toxoplasmosis.
Yeah, Jeffrey, if you send me the information, I've got a couple of social worker friends within the county.
Yeah,
be able to propel things further.
You know who the social worker is.
I know.
I know you know who it is. No, when I tell you after, you're going to be like, oh.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, because I saw the name and was like, oh.
Well, I can get a hold of the head social worker. So.
Yeah, they're all worthless to me.
See if we can give it a little push,
About as worthless as the school district. You know those assholes called yesterday? They've been calling folks. Oh, yes.
No, boy.
They were calling people saying, you got a kid in the special ed department. You got an IEP. You want him to go 4 days a week in January? No, bitch, I don't.
No.
Cases are going through the roof. My kid ain't come back to school. We'll see you in 2 years. I don't know what to tell you. No. He ain't coming 4 days. Bitch, he ain't coming now. We're full remote. Well, I don't care if you send him for. No.
Right.
No. You just had to close the whole building down. You want. No. Don't call me. I won't call you. Fuck off.
All of our students here in Rochester who have an IEP have been going 4 days a week since October. And our numbers are insane right now. So
everybody keeps dropping. They're shutting Cougar down left and right. And the thing is all these parents are tweaking out now, and they want to pull their kids out of full-time learning, which the school district is shitting bricks because they already had like a quarter of the school district on full remote learning to start with. They had to assign a principal for it all. So they're really losing their marbles. Right. And so today, too, on top of this, we're doing work, right? And we're sitting outside this afternoon because it's nice out. We went for a huge walk and went down to the creek and came back, and they were doing their work outside. And it was Jim. And tell me how Tyler's teacher, this bitch, okay, I know he was at the club a couple years back, right? He was like, watch me whip. Watch me, Nene. Like, he was going to town. And this was their gym class. And I was just like, what is going on in the world? This man, like, you could tell he was doing it at a bar, girl. Like, he was ready.
I think it's funny you said that. One of my students, their gym teacher, did the same thing last week. The whipping Nene for gym class.
Yeah. And the thing is
I told you guys. I told you guys we used to do swing dance and line dancing for gym class. I can even remember my freaking gym teacher in his little wind pants, his Reeboks, doing that. I can remember the song. Is that way down yonder in the
Oh,
Chattahoochee.
Yes.
me.
Yeah, see, I don't know what y'all public school kids did, but you know what we did in private school?
That
For
was Catholic school for me.
Catholic school, half the year we played soccer, then we played basketball, then we played kickball, we played gym.
Oh, we played
Or played
kickball,
gym,
we
we
played
played football.
dodgeball,
No,
but we also
yeah.
did swing dance, okay?
Yeah,
In
no.
public school, we had those little scooters you sat on. We
Oh,
had
Yes.
hell yeah, we
fun
had those
balloon
scooters.
things. We had those
Yeah.
stinky little vests you had to put on when you played basketball.
Oh, we
You had
didn't have
jump
all
rope
that.
competitions. You had,
Welcome to
football
public
after
school, bitch.
But
We didn't
Yeah,
have
we-
all that in we didn't have
I
all that in
remember
Catholic school.
square dancing. We did
I'm
square
still
dancing
just
in middle
picturing
school.
this teacher dancing around, like when Britney Spears was dancing in front of that camera, looking
Oh
all
my goodness,
deranged.
yeah.
Wasn't like that.
Yeah, like that. That's what I'm seeing in my head. Is like someone just
Jeff's like,
completely
I feel like
unstable.
that's the meme for 2020. Britney's disheveled ass dancing is 2020.
Leave Brittany alone.
I love her. I love
no
her, but we can
bitches.
all feel that.
You know what is the perfect meme for 2020? Honey, just go get your GIFs and do any David Rose GIF. Okay. That my future ex-husband, did y'all see? He's the sexiest man alive this year, according to
Oh, I
people.
did. I've
One
got
of
him
them.
here for you. I've got him here right
Oh,
for you.
love
I
him.
love looking at him.
I just
Yeah, you
started I just started watching Schitt's Creek and I love it. I'm obsessed.
Danny,
Okay, I've
ew,
never seen
David.
that.
Ew, David. No, I did not. I just watched it. Started watching it a month ago. I mean, I'd watched like the first episode and was kind of like, I don't know, and I just didn't get into it. And then I powered through, and it is hysterical.
Okay,
And
I
I
might
love
have
it.
to watch
I
it.
need to finish it because I
What
started it. And just...
Was he just hauling out your recyclables, darling?
Honey, yes, he was. Did you notice? It was just all the stuff. This is why I'm saying.
Oh, baby.
Danny, he doesn't know it yet. Danny doesn't know it yet, but he's my future ex-husband, okay? Like, it's going to happen.
You
All
know
right?
what I love about this? I love that he's not, and he's attractive. Don't get me wrong. He's attractive, but he is not the stereotypical sexiest man alive. And I love that.
Well, I
love
found the other one, the guy that was with the sister in Schitt's Creek, far more attractive.
Oh, the dude from 90210.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, McGulligan. Yeah, him.
Maybe. I'll find him while you guys just chat away because
It's-
now I need to see him
it's
again.
Have you
like
watched Schitt's
Dustin.
I have not watched it.
Creek?
I think I may.
So we're in this together. We don't know what's going
No
on.
clue.
All right.
You have
It's a
to.
good show, guys. You'll laugh.
I held out and everybody's like, you haven't watched it, Jeffrey, you'll love it because it's so you. It's like rich people get stuck in Schitt's Creek, which is where I'm at, right? And they have to adjust to life in Schitt's Creek. And like the mom, like Catherine O'Hara, she's like, Alexis. And she talks out crazy. So for like 2 days, that's all I did around the house would be like, hey, Dad,
Poor
can
kid.
you come empty the dishwasher? And he'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's like, were you watching that show again?
It's,
You know.
I'm like a minute too late for all these shows. Like I just got into Friends now too. Look at her.
I'm not even doing this for her.
My daughter is obsessed with that show. I mean, I'm just not into it.
Friends.
Yeah.
I've never liked Friends, but I just found my husband.
Oh well, damn. Hey,
Okay, if
hi.
you go and watch the
Yum,
remake,
yum.
Yeah, I'm just feeling me.
the remake of 90210, not Beverly or BH 90210, but the remake there.
Oh, when
He
they brought
was
the
in the-
series back.
Yeah, and it was all the younger kids, and actually the dude from New Amsterdam was on. There was a teacher with Kelly. He's in the first episode. He's in the first season, but the first episode, he's getting like head in the car from the bad girl, and he's like,
Oh my
then he
God.
goes and he starts like chasing after the good girl. It's great. That girl, honey, he's beautiful. He's beautiful.
Well, speaking of people giving head, we need to talk about these sisters, Angel, that you brought up.
These
What's wrong with
crazy
it?
What a couple
bitches.
of heads they have.
There's
Oh
nothing
my
wrong
God.
with their tits. That's a good boob job. That's a real
No.
good boob job.
Now, do you want to hear their story, Katie? So they're twins.
Oh, I already know the story, but you please share with the viewers.
Sisters 33, dubbed the world's most identical twins, reveal they both want to marry their shared boyfriend after 6 years of dating.
The That's so weird.
Twins
See-
Anna and Lucy Disinque, is that how you say that? Disinque, shared their dilemma on their Instagram page. Well, they're sharing everything else. It's just disgusting. Siblings revealed they both want to marry their shared boyfriend of 6 years. But 33-year-old twins from Perth, oh my gosh, they're in my neck of the woods.
Yes.
They legal issue that it's not allowed in Australia, thank God. Over the years, the identical pair have spent nearly 250 grand on plastic surgery. You spent about 200,000 too much, girls. The sisters got lip fillers, breast implants, facial tattooing, and laser treatments. Now this is just
Okay,
incest.
girl.
Now, can we put like me and them side to side because I just want to compare something real quick.
Absolutely. Here we go. So I think we go like this. No,
Hold on.
that's not working.
Okay, because I'm 33. Yeah,
I can't put you up there. Wait. I'll have to take
it's okay. You don't need to put me up there. I've seen all I need to see.
Exactly.
If you look at the screen right now, like I see you, me, and Angel. Now I don't know how old Angel is, but you're 33. I'm 36, and
I'm
Angel,
40.
you are.
40.
They look frightening. They actually look.
All three of us look younger and better than they do.
They
So
look
sometimes
like
it's
someone
really fun.
thought, oh,
You
let's get the Chucky doll
You
and
two
make
look
it into
better
a
than
human
me,
being.
They have too much. Sometimes too much is, like people need to learn when to stop. I'm all for
Jeff,
making yourself pretty,
don't
doing
say
what
it.
you want. Like
Be nice.
I
Look
plan
at
on
that head.
having surgery
Look
someday
at that
in
head.
life. But
What did they do?
The
Their
Spice
eyebrows
Girls
look
said
like
it
they're
best.
tattooed.
What did the Spice Girls say, Jeff?
Too much of something is bad enough.
Tempo, baby, tempo.
honey, this ain't American Idol. And you ain't Simon Cowell. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. We've got more stories about plastic people. Here we go.
Oh,
This is hilarious.
I cannot with these people. Okay, do not sell online. Okay, just stop.
Do you reckon
Listen,
Veronica's
he's got-
glad that she's associated with this episode today?
it is.
Okay,
It is
He-
but
not a surprise.
Listen,
This
he
is
needs
in
some
Florida.
coins.
But I have
Okay,
a
this is the
question.
blurb. Wait, I'm going to read you the blurb then, by all means, question.
Oh my
She's
God.
like 100% discretion. Other photos for private messages, not appropriate for
What?
Facebook. Okay, selling for a friend, and any comments are welcomed. Lol. Has been cleaned. One owner, low miles. Haha. Please don't judge me. It isn't mine. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
some lonely person could find uses for it. Make an offer. If nothing else and no interest, I'm taking it down because this is something I'd normally post. I mean, I think he meant not normally. Just really need the dollars. Thanks in advance. Can't wait to see the reaction to this item. Ha ha ha.
He's trying to buy a
Okay.
truck. He's trying to buy
I
a
would-
truck that costs $2,000.
Okay,
He's
my
really short.
question is, how did he clean it? Because and
Exactly.
disinfect it.
Did he hose it
No.
out? Like, what do you do?
Ew.
Well, even if
With the
it's
brown hose.
yours, even if it's your personal, how the fuck do you clean that shit out?
So here's the thing.
Oh, Katie knows.
No, I don't.
No, the other Katelyn.
I wonder if the fun box is removable and dishwasher safe.
See, I
Ew,
knew
but
you'd
who
know.
put it in their dishwasher?
I knew this.
And if
bitch
it's
would know.
not, you need to bring out a model that has a removable.
Like, what do you do? Take your 0-degree tip on your pressure washer and just go to town?
So you're telling me essentially
Water
they
blows
clean
out of the
up
mouth and
There'd be all bacteria. You'd have to like.
So you're like what? Like pressure wash
Stick a
douche
hose.
that thing?
it's a
So you stick
pocket
a hose up
pussy
it?
inside of a doll.
So you stick the
Yeah.
hose up in it and
Yeah,
it
there's
comes
gotta
out
be
of the
some kind
ass
of
and mouth
reservoir.
and stuff. So water just
Just-
starts
It seems a
like
whole
out of
lot.
3 holes. Like what
Oh
happened?
my god!
That's a whole lot extra to me. I don't understand why you gotta like put it in a dial. Just use a flashlight. I don't get it.
So I
And it's
watched
probably
this
cheaper.
show once where I watched this show called My Strange Addictions or something.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that
we
shit.
love
And-
that show.
I love the show. And this guy had a whole collection and they had on different wigs and they had names and he would pose them in different like
Oh,
you
I
know.
thought
Take them on
I
dates
thought
and
you-
everything.
I
I
thought you were
saw
going
that
for the guy
episode.
who has relationships with the pool inflatables. I thought that's where you're going with this.
No,
No, this
so
guy had dollies.
apparently this is a thing where these men like their little I don't know what do you call them? I don't know. Jiggly dolls? I don't know.
Sex
If they
doll.
friend.
Don't say sex dolls because it's kind of creepy.
But that's what they are.
I
know,
my
but
favorite thing about this post is how he like put his hand.
yeah, that's the
over-
guy.
Oh god.
He's not very talkative when people are around.
Right.
He
That's
looks.
the only time. Like, doesn't he look like he belongs in Flock of Seagulls?
No, he looks like he
Oh.
belongs in Silence of the Lambs. Like he's got
No.
your skin.
He
It's
deserves to be
absolute
locked up
human
along with these
skin.
two morons because they all
Apparently, yeah.
scary.
They look like
Yeah.
that doll.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
We are not the type of crew that throws any kind of shade for anyone's sexual preference. That's not something we
Unless
do. We
it's
don't
a
prohibit.
rubber jiggly doll. I'm
However,
sorry.
Or
And
if
not
Katelyn, we're
okay.
a nasty show.
But selling
full
a
of nasty
secondhand
men.
doll that you've used for your own sexual pleasure is gross.
Listen,
Like,
I'm not trying to
how
yuck
much
someone's
means your money,
yum,
but
but
it's nasty.
yeah,
No,
you
that's
don't sell those.
Can I just
That's
say though, $500
Don't
is
sell
a
that.
good price.
Maybe
Only
it's 3
select-
times that much.
He
They're
did say it was
expensive.
slightly used. It doesn't
I
have that many
do not
miles,
care
so
what people
That
do in their
disturbs
private
me. Like,
life. That's
does
fine.
that-
Don't sell it on Facebook.
why?
Yeah,
I
so
want to
does
know.
that man
what-
actually referred to sleeping with women as putting on miles? Like,
Probably.
I find that
Oh, I
statement
guarantee
why-
alone to be
he
that's
ain't
why
sleeping
he
with
would-
women.
that's why he's sleeping with a rubber doll. He can't get a woman.
He ain't sleeping with no woman. He a
He-
virgin.
no,
He's a
no
virgin.
woman, no
Well, maybe
woman
he
in her
met
right mind
someone.
is giving him the
Now,
cookies.
Look at him. He's a virgin. Nobody
He-
fuck that.
He's
He's
not
probably-
giving anybody's goodies.
Those
That's why
dolls
he's
don't
with
want
the
to sleep
doll.
with him. That's why
Does
that
he
doll's
have
for
that guy's
sale.
Facebook picture?
The
Like the
doll
guy that-
packed up.
No, the guy with My Strange Addiction.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's-
yeah. No,
Okay,
you know
see.
what's crazy? I couldn't really see, but the small version of the guy's picture on Facebook, he actually kind of looked attractive. I was like,
Hit him up, Jeff.
no,
Hit him
no.
up.
Why? No, bitch. I got enough exes. I'm not. No, I got no interest.
You know what
Uh-uh.
though? It might not be bad to have somebody that just expects you to lay there once in a while.
Listen, he can't afford to get $2,000 to get a truck. He's not my type.
That's all you got to do.
He ain't got credit.
That's all you got to do.
Oh my God.
Easy job.
Now, I don't want to be touched, bitch. Come over and do the dishes. That gonna get me hot.
Wait, where's Kat? She's got that pose down.
I don't know what to talk about after that because we've got stuff about COVID and then we've got stuff about abductions. What do you follow on?
I mean, I think there's a good segue.
Hey, you could call that guy a predator and we could talk about that movie I wanted to talk
There
about.
you
my
go.
God.
There's this one, isn't it?
All right. So on a darker
Okay, you can-
turn, so the kids on TikTok these days, 'cause I don't get on TikTok, guys, so you're gonna make fun of me for all my terms and all that. So Megan is Missing is a 2011 movie that was deeply disturbing. And I mean deeply, deeply disturbing. And somehow it is trending again on TikTok because these kids are just finding it. And I feel bad for them because it's a fucked up movie. So it's about online predators. Megan meets this guy online and she goes to meet him and she disappears. So her friend Amy decides that she's going to start the search for her. And she talks to the guy that Megan met, and the guy starts threatening her, like, maybe you shouldn't, dig too deep into this. And then these disturbing pictures start popping up online of Megan. So the worst part about this movie is that it's shocking for shock value. And that's fine if you're into that. There's actually a subgenre of horror called exploitation, which I would put this solidly in. And
Right.
I debated grabbing the stills for this, but I'm not going to put you all through that. But I can walk you kind of through them. I mean,
well, I think the reason these movies exist, and like Hostel to a lesser extent, is it's almost like the people who really enjoy watching it have they're sick. Like,
Well,
if you really enjoy watching somebody suffering, like we all love to watch a horror film and all of that stuff, but to that kind of really depraved,
right.
Well,
I feel has a bad energy, and it's kind of like I remember there was this fan fiction that was way back in the day. It was about Amy Jo at Pink Ranger, and it was like the person who wrote it was really enjoying writing all of this horrible shit happening to her. You could tell they were getting off on writing it. It was sick.
Right.
Hey, speaking of horror, make sure you guys hop onto YouTube and check out Uncensored Horror because we talk about good horror.
Good
And not
segue,
this-
Katie. I didn't
Did,
know that.
did anybody watch a good horror movie for Friday the 13th?
Well, obviously, we watched Friday the 13th, and if you go onto YouTube, you can check out Luke, Steve, and I playing Friday the 13th.
That's true. It's all there on YouTube, and
I-
it's also on our Facebook page.
Luke, I didn't watch your favorite one. What one did I watch? The one with the one before the telekinetic chick.
You got to watch the telekinetic one. I love that one because
I
you got
do
the mum with the
too.
mullet, and then you got the bitch with the pearls. Like it's just got everything.
Well, you know which one you should watch would be Jason X because that has our buddy Todd Farmer, who is going to be on pretty soon with us. Yes, I love Jason X, and I don't care what you say. And I love Todd Farmer even more. Hi,
Todd's great.
Toddy.
The film
I love
didn't come
you.
out real good.
I don't understand the concept of horror movies at all. Like anything that
It's
gives
fun
that
to be
suspense
scared.
or like that anticipation that something's going to jump out and get you. I will openly admit I am 36 years old. You put me in the basement and turn the lights out.
Oh,
this bad
hell
bitch will
no.
run.
Honey, you know,
I love it.
Run.
I love
it's
being
not
scared.
quite
It's fun.
horror, but is anybody watching The Undoing? The new Nicole Kidman shit on HBO?
No, but
but
I've
I've
heard
been
about
to.
it.
What's
Okay,
it like?
kids. So let me tell you something. Here's the thing. I don't know how to say this, delicately. It's just my nature.
It's
But
not your nature.
Say, when are you delicate?
Rosie, actually,
Rip it
Rosie
off.
O'Donnell and I we were tweeting about this because she's like, does anybody else get distracted by Donald Sutherland's eyebrows? They're just so big. And I'm like, yeah, she's going on. And I said, the other thing I can't stand is the way they the cuts on Nicole Kidman's face. And then I was like, oh, she's going to think that I mean like cuts, And I'm like, no, the way the camera like cuts on her face, and it seems, and I'm not judging, but I'm just saying, like, from the last time we saw her in like Pretty Little Liars, that maybe some things have been done. That she's trying to hold on to her youthfulness, and it's very distracting to watch. And
But-
if you're you're getting it all from her eyeballs, which I mean, it just can't, shows what an amazing
Right.
actress she is. But it's distracting because
But
she
are you-
looks different.
Are you sure that it's not makeup though?
It could be, but then the
She's
makeup
had work
department should
done.
be fired. It
Well,
just looks maybe she's had some cheek filler.
She's had
Her-
some work done.
Yeah, the face isn't moving really
I'm
at all.
Googling it. I'm Googling. Hold on.
I believe she's
But
had work done.
She needs to get Kylie Minogue's plastic surgery because whatever
She
Kylie had
does.
done, she looks great.
I don't think
She's
she's had like
amazing.
actual surgery. I think it's probably just fillers, maybe
Fillers and
Botox.
Botox.
I mean,
I
and don't
yeah.
get me wrong. I'm not saying she looks great. She looks phenomenal,
Right.
but it's just to me, it's a little jarring from the last time. And then they keep putting her in these big coats, and she looks real tall in these scenes, and it's just that
Right.
distracts me. And it's like I don't know where it's trying to go with her, but she does sing the theme song.
Oh.
Oh, she has a beautiful voice. Nicole
Yeah.
Kidman? She has a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think she looks that bad.
Here we go.
I
Yeah,
don't
there
think
we
she
go.
looks bad, but you can tell
looks
she's had
plasticky.
some little
Yeah.
things done,
It was the
got filler
cheeks
happening.
because they do a lot of close-up shots on her face, and it makes me so mad that women
Wait,
feel
what's
that
her
pressured.
lips?
Yeah.
There's some with her lips too.
Well, and the hair is a little awkward to me. Like, I'm just not digging the costumes on her. And then, like, Hugh Grant, just comes in every episode, and he's just all dapper, like he's in prison, and he still
I just
looks
say,
just like a
hate
proper ass.
Hugh Grant. I hate
Yeah,
him
I'm not a
so
fan
much.
of him either.
I love
He's
him.
annoying.
I don't care if he wants to hook up with a black tranny.
He's living his best life, okay?
You're waiting for me to say something, and I'm just going to give you.
Oh my gosh! And you know what? Isn't this like Trans
What I
Awareness Week?
say?
Jeff's on his saying tranny. Oh my God.
What?
You don't say tranny.
Oh
So-
God!
Use
That's
the
like
correct
saying
term,
you tell me I
Jeffrey.
can't say dyke anymore. I can't. Now I can't say tran. Oh Jesus!
We're gonna have to go beep every time he gets ready
Yeah,
to say
but
a
no,
word.
no, that would be a
my
tranny. It was wasn't it a straight dude in woman's clothing? Like it was a transvestite. Isn't that a fucking
No,
tranny?
Transvestite might be a term, but tranny
Right,
is a
but-
slur.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
And
Because there
we
is a
can't
Y
beat
on
you
the
because
end. So
we're
faggoty.
on
Do
Uncensored
again.
Radio.
I need to look this up really quick because I knew something about it, and then
What tranny?
No, with what Hugh Grant did. Oh, here they are together.
What's her name? Something Brown.
Divatox.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, come on, don't keep us hanging on,
Covered-
Luke. Come
covered
on.
in-
Old news. This is like in the
coming.
90s.
I've got to hit upload.
This is like real old news.
Honey, I don't forget shit.
I know you don't.
Ah.
I'm just shocked that I'm trying to point in different directions here. There we're forget it.
And it's like caught with their pants down. 13 scandals involving celebs and hookers.
And he
And
was
this-
with what's her face, Hurley back then.
Yes, I remember this.
Oh yeah, he was with Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
cheats on that woman? She doesn't age. She's
Hugh Grant.
I know.
beautiful.
Hugh
But
Grant.
it's the same as like Shania Twain's husband was cheating on her. Like, why would you cheat on her? Like,
That's a
Right.
fun story though. So Mutt Lang, Shania Twain's husband, was cheating on Shania with Shania's best
With
friend.
the best friend. And
So
now
then
Shania
Shania
is married to
Twain
the
ended
best
up
friend's
best friend's
ex-husband.
husband. Yep, that's a fun
This-
story though.
So they played swapsies?
Yep.
Yes.
yeah. It was like a key party, but like it was permanent. They weren't going back to the other house.
Canadians are weird, man.
Yeah,
Oh my
but
God.
like,
Anybody Grey's Anatomy?
I
Anybody like
don't watch
I
it.
Don't
just
watch
had to
it.
go back because they brought McDreamy back.
That
I have
was-
now
Because I like it. I've watched it with my friend Ange, and I was really loving it. And then, like, I just haven't had time. It's a good show. So
I
I'd
haven't
be
watched it in
I'm down.
years. But then
I
I
never
heard
got into it.
What's
Never got
going on
into
with Isaiah Washington? And he's calling out he's calling out Katherine Heigl. So what's going on there?
He's just trying to get some publicity because
Ugh.
Catherine got called out in oh God, I can't remember her name.
Didn't she quit the show?
The-
Like,
yeah,
early
yeah.
on?
But the executive producer that took over from like Shonda,
Oh.
not Shonda, no, the one that took over from her, and I'm kicking myself that I can't remember her name because it was a fantastic article in the LA Times. And it was all about the show, and at the end, they're like, of course we can't not ask you about the Katherine Heigl thing. And she's like, well, here's the thing. I wrote the episode for her because she worked on the show for 7 years and then left and came back. And Shonda like handed her the keys to it. So she wrote the whole episode for Katherine Heigl to come in, and Katherine just decided she wasn't going to come in and finish her story arc. Like she just didn't come in. So she found out like the night before that Katherine wasn't going to come in and she wasn't going to do the show. She wasn't going to do this like goodbye episode to Izzy and Alex.
Oh,
So
wow.
that
That's
brought
a
up
little bit
right.
unprofessional.
But so
Come
it
on,
kind of
Catherine.
brought up Catherine. So she was in the news. So that she had something to say back. And then 2 days later, here's Isaiah.
He's not even saying anything worthwhile. The tweet says, "This woman once proclaimed that I should never be allowed to speak publicly again. The world agreed with her proclamation back then and protested for my job in my head in 65 languages. I wish I was on Twitter in 2007 because I will never stop exercising my free speech." The guy called
TR.
Yeah, he called him a
So what are they
faggot.
calling her out for then? What's she done? Like, what is she done? Apart from
Because
after work.
her name was just all in the news again because of this article.
Right.
So he's just jumping on the
He's hopping on
publicity
the
because
bandwagon.
Yeah,
he's
there's
going to get on the Katherine Heigl hashtag.
Yeah, he's literally he's not even calling her out for anything. He's just saying she called me out for being a bigot.
Oh, yeah, there you go. USA Today. Isaiah Washington reignites feud with former Grey's Anatomy co-star Katherine Heigl. I'm sure Katherine don't give a shit. She'd be just like,
Probably
"Eh."
not.
Right.
Well, she was like besties with that TR Knight or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So she called Isaiah Washington disgusting because he is.
And she said she
Right.
said was he should never speak in public again if this is the shit, because it was at the award show. He took over the mic when they were supposed to be doing like a speech or whatever. He's like, I never called TR a faggot. So
But you
not
did.
and he said the word, and then not only that, but he outed him. Like, dude wasn't out of the closet yet.
Oh my God.
So-
No.
So Catherine's defending her best friend, and she wasn't telling him not, like it was just like, don't
Right.
speak again in public, dude. You just, what the fuck? Like, we're supposed to be celebrating our show's wins, and you're jumping on the mic to be like, I never called anybody a faggot. Well, you just said it, stupid, and then you just outed him in front of how many
Right.
millions of viewers?
I'm
Yeah.
looking on
Right.
the IMDb to see what Isaiah's been up to lately.
Not much, honey, not much.
Not
Oh,
much.
I'm sure not much.
Twitter, by the sound of it.
Yeah, like I think he pretty much. I mean, a lot of directors and movie people stopped looking at him for jobs because of that, because of what he did. So
let's see. So
He was on some show. He might still be on it. I don't know.
I'm looking. Hold on.
I don't watch it. I don't care. But Patrick Dempsey supposedly left in a big old thing, and that was also part of the article. Was that he left on complex terms, and and then Ellen Pompeo or whatever said that they just went for a hike recently, and that they were in a good place, and he said he'd love to do something. Because she didn't think that he would come back. Like, bitch, I'm waiting for where's Addison Montgomery. That's what I'd like to see.
What year was that in Grey's Anatomy? I can't even find it on his IMDb profile. Oh my
He's
god!
probably removed it.
2009. Oh yeah, he probably don't. He's not gonna have it on there.
Now, speaking of getting done with stuff, what do we think about this? About the new COVID vaccine,
No,
So-
which Dolly Parton's apparently funding as well.
Because Dolly Parton is an angel, and we don't deserve
So-
her.
So here's the thing.
She really
Yes,
is awesome.
Dolly is fantastic. She has donated $1 million to one of the companies developing a vaccine.
Yep.
And currently, Pfizer's vaccine is required to be kept at such cold temperatures for transport that it's not really feasible.
It's not feasible.
It's not a viable option at this time. But
It's
they're
like 70
talking-
below zero, right? It has to be
Yeah,
kept at?
it's essentially like cryo freezing, like
Yep.
what they would
Jeez.
retain embryos in. Like,
Yep.
it's some serious stuff.
So they're
But-
saying this Moderna one is better.
Yep. So
Yep.
Moderna's vaccine can be kept in the refrigerator, just standard refrigeration. It's showing to be 94.5% effective in their studies. Unfortunately, other companies have not been as forthcoming with information, but they started running their studies in July, so they only have a limited snapshot of
Yeah.
data.
Yep.
And because of the oh crap, I can't remember what it's called. This hurry up and get it done agenda of the president.
Operation Warp Speed.
Yeah. What are
You're
we,
welcome.
fucking 12? So, what kind of
Really?
names a plan that Operation Warp Speed?
you
Oh,
know
Star
there's
Trek,
this.
motherfuckers.
What is it?
So-
I kept calling it fake stem cells because that's how they're delivering this. But what is it? RMDNA or something? That's
Yeah,
what they're screwing with. They're screwing with our bio. Yeah, no.
mRDNA.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
So here's the thing.
That's pretty typical.
Let me just get my big old butt back in the chair here.
Nothing they've tried to get approved has been approved.
It has not yet been approved. It is still
Nothing.
running in trials, but they are in fact administering this vaccine to people to see its effectiveness. And they found that there were 11 people that did contract COVID that did receive the vaccination. However, their symptoms were mild, much like someone who had received a flu vaccine that then got the flu.
Got
Their
another
symptoms
strain.
were a lot more mild.
Yep.
And of the people that were seriously ill with COVID, none of them were the ones that got the actual vaccination. They got the placebo. So the
Okay.
data that they're collecting is encouraging, and it is a wonderful option. And I'm hopeful that this will come through. And
Well,
I said
Caitlin, as a
that to you guys
registered
that-
nurse,
Hit me
Yeah.
up.
will they make you get it because it's going to be mandated here for anybody registered as
so
a health worker will have to be vaccinated once the vaccine's rolled out. And they're thinking
I'm-
April next year for Australia, or March.
I'm not sure what their plan is. I think that living in New York, where it seems to be, it just goes haywire. People just can't get their
Yeah.
shit together. But I think a lot of that is because of that rural red that we see all over the political map, if I'm being honest. Where you
Well,
can wash your freaking
Well,
hands.
Katie, you'll get the vaccine.
I will get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Angela, would you?
I mean, like I
I'm not
told
on board with
Jeffrey, I'm
that at this point.
I
Not
think
yet.
Jeff,
I
you're the
can't say that
same,
I
aren't
would
you? Would you get it?
line up for it.
I'm sorry, my kids are not being they're guinea pigs. We're not doing it. No way. You're fucking with shit you don't know. None of your shit has ever been approved on anything you've worked in with our DNA. Like, no, thank you. No. And the thing is the amount that they're about to profit off of all this is even more disgusting.
Oh,
So,
don't
no.
do the big pharma thing, please.
Oh,
Don't.
it's true. It's true, and it's disgusting. You're gonna make the government gave the one company $4.3 billion.
Yep. to push
ahead
it
of
through.
time.
Yep.
$4.3 billion, but we can't pass a fucking bill for American people who can't afford to feed their kids?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not,
Yeah.
So
no.
that's
Additionally,
completely different, though.
part of that financial advance to the company was securing 300 million doses or 100 million. I can't remember the
I think it was
stats
3.
right this second, but guaranteeing that number of doses straight out the gate.
See, I'm not going
for
to
high-risk
put, I'm
and
not going to
frontline
let them
workers.
inject myself or my children until I see a certain
That's
amount
what I
of
was
people
just
get it
about
first,
to
because
ask
I'm one of those
you.
people who gets creeped out. Like, once I know that so many people have been injected with this shit and they don't turn into flesh-eating zombies, then maybe I'll do it. But until then, no, I'm not letting my kids
Right?
line up to get
Bitch, this how I Am Legend started. I Am Legend started out like this, right? It was the vaccine, it was fucking with your DNA, and then boom, there's Will Smith
It's
all
like
alone
I
with his
was
dog.
telling you guys, like us peasants aren't gonna. Well, I mean, maybe Luke
Right.
and Katelyn because you guys are nurses, but us
Right.
peasants, we won't get our hands on it until it's gone through the vulnerable and the frontline workers and
Yeah.
doctors and nurses. So we've got plenty of time to see if they turn into zombies.
Yeah,
And
I
by
just
then,
need to see. I just need to see if their noses are gonna fall off. Like, I just need to see if they're gonna break out in boils. Like, I
If my
just need
nose
to see
falls
this
off, I
shit
won't really
first.
miss it. I don't have much
so
of a
we need you guys to be completely honest with us about this when you get it, because we need to know. Because as you guys know,
Well, you'll see it.
I'm just saying,
Right.
as you guys know, as you guys
I'll
know,
see it like this
problem
bitch.
being honest.
as you guys know, when things, hit the fan with me, I arm myself with cats in case something's going to happen.
Dear Lord.
Yeah,
Okay, so is it Mita or Meta? She said, I'm very iffy
Mita.
about this vaccine. I definitely don't want to subject my kids to it if I'm not 100% sure the side effects of any won't be worse than the issue itself.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. People were having horrible reactions to this, and they couldn't get it in big enough doses to where it was even working with people. But since the one doctor who'd been working on it for years figured out that they're going to make the fake stem cells and use that to inject this shit, that I guess it's been more successful, and that's how they've let us hear. And they said COVID was like the perfect thing to give them this breakthrough, which is just even more scary to me.
But this is like typical. Like these people devote their lives to testing these things.
That's fine. But why ain't you got nothing else passed? Why can't you figure out how to freaking rebuild the heart muscle?
Well, then why haven't we cured cancer yet?
Well, hello, exactly.
Here's the thing.
And I think that's my fear, is how quickly they've gotten this done when there's so many other diseases. You guys can figure that shit out as quickly. Come on, get with the program.
So part of it is that it is viral based. So there are specific scientists that only deal with viral diseases. And these biostatisticians that are working these numbers and trying to figure out these angles, I mean, these are phenomenal brains that they have working on this project. And I know,
just like the people
before
that's
you go
curing
shake your
AIDS.
head at me, Jeffrey, let me finish. I know that I will stand up and get the vaccine without a doubt, but I will not give it to my child.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'll do it, but
but
but she can wait.
I think that if the frontline workers and the most vulnerable are protected.
Listen, I don't want all the frontline workers getting it, because what happens if this shit kills y'all? Then who's gonna save me when I'm having a diabetes attack? Homegirl got the beaties, okay? I need a doctor. I need somebody left.
Amen.
If I go into a diabetic coma, can save my ass. So all y'all don't need to be going at once and getting it.
Don't worry, baby.
Angela will also be logging on like this bitch.
You know what?
Well,
it would be
and
really
Jeff-
great if getting this vaccine meant that I could throw my you-know-what in the dishwasher.
Honey, you just tell your husband to call me. I'll teach him how to boost some apple juice up your asshole. You'll be fine.
What's going on with this?
You don't
What
need to
is going
teach him.
on?
I tell him right over the phone. Don't worry, girl. I say it every time. Don't go for the ice cream. Listen, don't go for the ice cream. God bless my friend's heart, but that's what she was trying to do, turn it around, and she died, man. It's not a joke. I swear to God. So I'm telling you, honey, you need to be safe. You call me.
Jeffrey, will you please come home?
No.
I'm not having my husband call you. I don't want him putting apple juice up my ass.
Honey, but what is such a fun term? How many times are you going to be like, listen, last night I went to diabetic comment, my husband booped apple juice up my asshole.
And here I am to talk about it. Should we
Listen,
just end the show on that note?
I'm really gonna need y'all healthcare workers not to all go at one time, okay?
Don't
Trust
worry.
me, sweetie.
Jeff's
It's gonna
got
take
the
a
cure.
lot more than that to kill me.
Jeff's got the
Please.
cure, guys. Come on. Apple juice
Some
up
of
the
you-
butthole. Boom.
Some of y'all just
The cure for everything is an
apple juice.
Make sure you
Apple
got
juice
your
enema.
peanut butter crackers for snack in between meals and keep you going. Good protein.
It's actually not that great a source of protein.
Shut up.
I hate peanut butter.
This
Peanut
was-
butter's disgusting. Blech.
Okay, now I can't even fuck with you.
Oh,
My
Jeffrey.
kid's got allergies,
You wanna hear
man.
something
I don't
that's
think
gonna
peanut butter is
send you over
great.
the edge? So
I-
we make something called dessert sandwiches in my house because I grew up eating weird stuff. And it's a honey graham cracker
Okay, I'm
with
listening.
peanut butter. Can't stand you, Luke. Dill pickle slice
Okay, you lost me.
Ooh,
and sharp cheese.
You lost
there's
me.
some
Okay,
crazy
this-
shit going on
okay.
down there.
You know what?
Jeffrey, was it
This-
you that used to try to make me do those pickle shots or whatever?
Okay,
Picklebacks, thank you. Was that you?
I don't think
Okay.
so.
Okay,
I
then
love you guys, but this sounds like some wheat people shit.
Peanut butter, pickles, and cheese? That's not natural.
I'm
On a
sorry.
graham cracker?
I've never heard of this shit.
The first,
Never.
the first time
This
you did
never
it, I was
entered
like,
my mind to try it.
I'm like, you're not right.
I just love how you said that with a complete straight face. This is some straight wheat people.
So I didn't want to, but it's actually pretty good.
Nothing sounds good about that.
Listen,
All
I'm
right,
not gonna lie.
Katelyn.
When I get home, I want to try it, but shh.
You
I'm
ain't coming
curious.
home, remember? I can't go back to work because you ain't coming home.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
then you can collect unemployment in New York State because
No, I
you
can't.
can't get.
'Cause you have to
you-
be ready, willing, and able. I'm
You
ready,
are.
willing, and I'm not able because I ain't got nobody to watch my kid.
Yeah, but the thing is you don't have to get a job.
I'm gonna have nightmares about that sandwich.
All right, kids, we gotta go.
And
We'll be
apple
back.
juice.
We'll let Tatiana take us out, hey?
Oh,
No.
Lord.
Remember, just get your apple juice
Is that our new motto?
and your dill pickle.
Chew on a Snickers.
And don't forget your rubber girlfriends.
Yes, right. Good night, kids.
Hey, it's your girl, Tatiana. Get on over to Uncensored Radio and join Jeff and the gang to talk all kinds of naughty things. I just might show up on an upcoming episode if they make better choices. And remember, guys, we all have the same parts. Bye.